Living in my parents' basement was an absolute dream. I was able to save so much money without having to pay any type of rent or anything like that. But then I felt like I needed to get out. If you're feeling like this video is for you. So when you get out, you have to decide if you want to buy or if you want to rent. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to be going over the pros and cons for buying in this market or renting in this market. And let's figure out what is the best choice for you. By the way, my name is Zamira Dunnet and I'm a local real estate agent right here in the GTA, and I'm with eXp Realty. And if you are looking to rent or buy, I help clients all over the GTA find the perfect situation for them right now. That might be to rent for a year right before they buy, rent for a few years just so that they can be in a situation that they enjoy. Or if they want to find their dream home, I help all types of clients in what they are looking for today. So if you are ready to start your journey, you can reach out to me at any time. All of my contact information is right there in the description, so don't hesitate because I'm here to help. Now let's jump in. Should you buy or should you rent? So we're going to go over the pros of renting first. So the pros of renting is you have so much flexibility. You're not locked down anywhere. You can stay in one place, then move really quickly later. Let's say your job decides to move you somewhere else. You're not really locked down, so you're able to be flexible with where you want to be. Also, the maintenance and repairs for your rental property are taken care of by the landlord. So you don't have any unexpected expenses coming up out of nowhere that you have to cough up money for just to repair. That is all in the landlord's hands, not yours. And thirdly, there are lower upfront costs. All you are putting forward is first and last month's rent. You don't have a 20% down payment or a 5% down payment on a property. It is only first and last month's rent that you bring up front, and then the rest you just pay monthly. So there are no large upfront costs. Now jumping into the cons. Your monthly payments increase annually. And if you are in a home that was built after November of 2018, there is no rent control, which means the landlord can up that rent by whatever amount they want each year. If it was built before November 2018, there is rent control, and each year they release how much the landlord is able to increase the rent per year. This year it was by 2.5%. Number two is that there is no equity that you build or any ownership that you have. So every monthly payment that you give to your landlord just gets given away. And with the prices of what rentals are right now, you may even be giving away more than what your mortgage payment would be each month. And then you don't build any equity at all. You have no money going to a principal, going to yourself, being able to turn around and use, like investing it later on. None of that. It just goes away. And number three, I love making my area my own. I love like painting each room a different color. Like we just got the cement done in our entranceway to make it more appealing. You don't really get any type of personalization of this home. If you have to even put a nail in the wall, you have to contact your landlord and confirm that that is okay for them to allow you to do. It's very restricted in how much like customization or personalization you can do in this home. Now let's jump into the pros of buying. They're basically the opposite of the cons of renting. You get to build equity. Literally whatever amount you pay each month, a portion of it goes to your principal and a portion of it goes to your interest, and you actually have money going back into your property, into yourself to build that equity. That is awesome to do. And then in the future when you sell, you get a return on investment if we are in a up market over a down market, or you can turn around and take out the equity in a home equity line of credit and go ahead and use that money to purchase something else. You also have the freedom to personalize, do whatever the heck you want to your house. If you want, I've said this in one of my videos before, if you want your door to be pink, make it pink. If you want your roof to be blue, make it blue. You can do whatever you want to this house and there is no one stopping you to do it. And number three, as a first-time home buyer, you get tax credits. You have the potential to have some return on your taxes by purchasing a home, or as a first-time home buyer, you also get your land transfer tax rebate of $4,000. So you get some return by purchasing a home. Now, the cons of purchasing is your upfront cost is substantially bigger than you would be for renting. You have your down payment, you have your closing costs, and then any type of maintenance that you have to do that yourself. There's no one paying that for you. If your furnace or your AC goes, that's on you. There are so many upfront costs that come with home ownership, but if you have the ability to do so, then it's a benefit in the future. But cons, you have a big upfront cost right from the beginning. Number 2 is that mortgage is locked in, and you are locked in that location for a specific amount of time. If your term is 3 years, you stay for 3 years. If your term is 5 years, you stay for 5 years. And if you are thinking about breaking that because you want to go somewhere else, it is a big chunk of money that you could be given away just to break that mortgage. And side tip, when you are signing this mortgage, you want to find out what that cost or what the penalty will be if you break that mortgage early. And number 3, the real estate market is always volatile. You may not get a return on your investment right off the bat or when you're thinking about selling. I was just talking to a client recently that bought in August of 2021, and now they're thinking about selling now because their costs are too much. And they literally would be getting the same amount they paid for it because the market has come back down, back to what we were in 2021. So when you are thinking about renting or buying, you want to be fully informed of what is happening in the market. Right now, because interest rates are high and prices are low, buyers are waiting. People aren't purchasing homes, they're jumping to the rental side. And that is causing rent to be absolutely insane right now. You have maybe 5 to 10 offers on every rental property that comes up on the market. You have people that are paying $200 to $300 more than what's listed at, and they're giving more than just first and last month's rent up front to lock in a property. It is a competitive rental market right now. And this is stuff that you want to know. Like, for example, if you realize that you're able to buy right now, then maybe you jump in that direction because prices are lower. Yes, interest rates are high, but they are going to be in the direction of coming down. And when that happens, your payments aren't going to be as high as they are when you first started. And if you're able to be approved at that number now, and then it starts to come down, that's a benefit to you. Plus, the home price won't change. You purchased it at a lower price that is gonna stay the same. So jumping into the market, if it looks better buying than renting, figure that out. Figure out your numbers and weigh out those differences to see what works better for you. Just know the market. Also, just in September, we had a pause in interest rates. And on the 25th of October, they're gonna make another announcement to tell us what they're gonna do in the month of October. So we could still be in a decent situation where we might be seeing interest rates starting to go in a downward direction because we've paused in September. We're finding out really soon what's gonna happen in October. So just understand what is going on so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Some other things you want to weigh out is your long-term goals. Like, let's say you know you're going to be able to work from home for the next 3 years and you don't have to go into your office. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to move to like Kitchener-Waterloo because I can be in that area for 3 years. I can have a lower purchase price and I'm not thinking about moving anywhere soon, so that works for me. Or you're like, my job makes me jump around every 6 months. I can't be locked anywhere. I need to be renting so that I can literally move from any place whenever I need to and not be stressed about it. So weigh out what your long-term goals are to be able to see which one fits better. You also want to see what your financial situation is. If you just got a job and you're inside your 3-month probation, and when you're in that probation, they can just let you go. You're like, hey, you know what? Buying may not be the way for me to go right now because I don't even know if this job is going to fit. Or if I decide to buy and I realize that the down payment is going to be all of my savings, you don't want to be left with nothing. So like maybe buying isn't the way to go. You may want to wait a year till you save enough to have some cushion room before you're able to use the amount for your down payment. And if you're really unsure about the numbers, you can consult a real estate agent or a mortgage agent to kind of go over what these numbers are going to look like for you, what your monthly mortgage payments would be if you purchased. With rentals, we can look at what homes are currently available on the market, see what prices are and what you're looking at, and then kind of figure out, okay, because most landlords want the rent to be 30% of someone's income. So you want to see what that number is and then be like, okay, if I look at this type of home, I can get this with this much money and that works for the 30%, or I'm at a 50%, so maybe let me see what buying looks like. You really want to kind of figure out between the two which one works for numbers. So in the end, the decision is very personal. There are a lot of factors that come in when you're trying to decide if you want to buy or rent. And this is where you need to sit down and look at those factors and see what fits your lifestyle better, because it is what is going to benefit you for the future and what is going to benefit you right now. Your goals, lifestyle, and financial situation is the most important factors to look at when figuring out which one you want to choose. So you have to sit down, take your time to write out the pros and cons of each for yourself. Because the ones I gave are just general, but there might be more that you have that you want to take the time to look at and compare the two. And if you have any questions about purchasing or renting, you can reach out to me at any time. Like I said, my contact information is just at the bottom there. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we will see you all next week. Thanks so much.